in the open, transparently for all to see. Number 2, make all procedures public. Allow all evidence to appear publicly.
That'd make it harder for them to play their game.
Number 3, allow accuser and accused to testify openly and in public. Number 4, allow the accused offender to confess, repent, express regret, offer restitution, and be forgiven if desired.
Wow, a real human system.
Allow accuser to accept and offer forgiveness.
Yeah.
Allow number 5. Allow rehabilitation for the offender. Yeah, rehabilitation for the offender if required. Number 6. If court procedures and jury deliberations continue, allow them to occur openly and publicly.
Well, we want to end all secrets anyway. That's what this whole
we do.
thing's about,
That's
secretism.
right. Number 7, if charged, offer the accused a formal opportunity to confess, repent, offer restitution, and be forgiven publicly. Number 8, if the offender refuses offers of restoration and or repeats the offense, detainment and or containment would be recommended.
Yeah, there's the people. There are bad people and things. We are human, and things happen, and you can't say everyone has to be treated equal all the time because sometimes people go off base.
I approve these procedures, Cindy K. Courier, reign over.
But if we fix our society and our food and medical system, and legal system and everything, we won't have these aberrations.
We won't have this.
It won't be like we won't be acting that way. You have things wrong at the top, so it's going to be that way all the way down, and it's set up that way. There's so many lies, there's so many manipulations, there's so many agendas, there's so much greed, there's so much unethical activity.
Now we're talking about protection, questions, and answers. So this is a question and answer system. I'll do this really quick. And then it goes into community sheriffs, which we do need.
Community service?
Community sheriffs.
Sheriff?
Sheriff. Yes, we need community sheriffs.
Yes, we do.
That believe in natural law.
Yeah, what?
That will.
In the old days, sheriffs used to be a lot
law.
different, probably like you're about to describe.
Right.
Yeah, I remember those, and they were good guys. And some of them probably still exist.
Okay, question. How would someone go about reporting a crime? Answer. It depends on the situation. In most cases, a report would be filed with a community-appointed sheriff who understands and aligns with natural law. Question. Would the sheriff catch the perpetrator and put them in jail? Answer. No. The sheriff would launch an investigation to determine whether or not to issue an arrest warrant. If a warrant is issued, arrest and detainment procedures outlined in the Court of Ages Law of the Land Handbook would be followed. Question. So the accused might be allowed to walk around free until the hearing. Answer. Determinations regarding risk factors, etc. are made within 24 hours, during which time the accused is secured in private quarters conducive to self-reflection.
If they're being dangerous to others, truly dangerous, that changes the situation.
Since by natural law, all procedures are local, the hearing is scheduled immediately, preferably within 48 hours. Charges are brought transparently and investigated. So all community members are encouraged to check the public community message boards daily for any such activity. That way the community can participate in assuring the safety of all involved. Question. What if the person is determined to be at risk for harm from the community? Answer. Natural law requires that appropriate secure facilities for individuals who pose a threat or harm be maintained. These may include facilities maintained by marshals and their staff. Now I'm going to read, this is the part about community sheriffs. It says, see law and policy enforcement and statements of clarification. Sheriff is commissioned by the local community. So the local community gets together and decides who's going to be the sheriff, and that they agree with natural law and all that. The sheriff job description is agreed upon by the community and aligns with natural law as conceived by the Court of Ages Law of the Land. The civilian National Guard answers directly to the community sheriff. The civilian National Guard.
That's like militia.
Yes, that's like militia.
And actually,
yes,
with the militia system that was being formed back in the 80s, 90s, that got so attacked by the government, and it was actually a pretty good idea.
There actually is militia, and
still is.
Yeah, there still
is. A lot of them were not destroyed.
Marshal service. This next part is marshal service. It says items in the section may be adjusted as necessary. Required 5 administrative marshals, 1 for each geographic regions to be determined. Each region will have a corps of 6 marshals consisting of 1 administrative marshal and 5 marshals altogether. So 6 altogether. And I did hear something about that after this all happens, and it's not going to be states anymore. I think the United States is going to be set up in like 4 or 6 or something different regions.
There is separate regions in the country by climate and by all kinds of other factors.
Right.
Like the South, like Louisiana, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Alabama, Texas, are almost one separate
whole
entity.
region. Right.
I think Kentucky would fit in with that too.
Okay.
South and North Carolina also.
Right. You're right about that. Okay. And then it says job description, position for the administrative marshal, responsible directly to the Court of Ages Justice Administration. The duties include assist with community education in natural law procedure as per the Court of the Ages Law of the Land Handbook. Assist and support communities with sheriff selection, training and affirmation processes. Work with community sheriffs to establish appropriate containment facilities for individuals requiring extended detainment, not a jail cell. Develop a functional relationship with regional civilian National Guard. Support community sheriffs in working with their local civilian National Guard. And support administrative marshal team members in their respective duties.
Very well thought up.
And the job description is position. The next one is position marshal, responsible to administrative marshal. The duties is oversee activities in the following areas: deputy recruitment, warrant execution, asset seizure, investigations, detention, enforcement, protection and security, special operations, tactical units, other duties as required. We're getting to the end of it. Okay, it says, this is the Law of the Land Handbook glossary. It says, just as money is a representation of value, writing is a representation of language.
They don't even teach writing in school anymore.
I know.
They need to start doing that again. They really do.
And
Instead of being bilingual and trying to teach two language, how about teaching them how to write English?
exactly. Okay. And can place unnecessary distance between the source and receiver of a communication. Written language evolves much more slowly than oral language, and interpretation requires a variety of particular understandings, such as context, nomenclature. For these and other reasons, natural law, defined as the practice of natural law, is mostly oral. However, for communities in transition, some applications of natural law may require written form and may or may not include an oral version.
Since we do need some kind of structure for the reframework of society after this collapse we're going to have of the system that we've been so fake, a lot of these ideas seem, just about everything sounds very viable.
Okay.
We need a new framework.
The following definitions are offered for clarity and continuity. She has a bunch of definitions here. I don't know if you guys want me to.
It might be
read
been
this
too much at one time.
but
yeah.
it's just
You get the point, yeah.
you know, we get the point. Okay. But anyway, so that's basically it. And if you want to know more about the Law of the Land Handbook, go on the Rise Together YouTube channel, and she talks about the whole thing. Go on the section of the ecclesia and getting your ecclesia together, and how to start your ecclesias, and ground buttons, and
TruthStream Media. They just did about an hour, about a 45-minute piece. The two of them. It's a couple in Texas. They used to be with InfoWars.
and they did. Their name is TruthStream Media.
TruthStream Media.
Really?
Yeah, and
Like TruthWaveRising, kind of.
yeah, and they just did a piece and talked quite a bit about natural law in it on the very deep levels, not all the stuff she's talking about, but they do mention. And I recorded it, and I'm going to get it over here at some point when I get transferred and stuff. There's a lot of stuff I got in transition.
Well, I can look it up. It's on YouTube.
What was I talking about?
TruthStream.
Oh yes, TruthStream Media.
TruthStream
Yeah.
Media.
Yeah. You should pull it right up. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Short-term memory loss.
Yeah. That happens.
It's pretty bad.
It happens, man. Hey.
It's so involved with what I'm doing. What? That was ancient history 5 seconds ago. I remember that.
We're all human beings.
Yes, we are. That's
We're
what
all
makes us
human.
what we are.
That's what.
If we were machines, we wouldn't be.
Nobody's perfect.
We can't be perfect without being machines. We're not gonna be machines.
We're not supposed to
or
be
run by
machines.
machines.
Exactly.
And that's what the world is. They're trying to set up. You know, it's gonna mechanize humanity to a slave state, and that's the way it's being set up. It really is.
Right.
We're not being paranoid. It's pretty out in the open. You know, and people have been forecasting this stuff for decades, and we didn't want to believe it. Forced vaccinations and things. And it's really true. And the whole thing goes back to, like, the Fletcher Report in 1915 to 1920. The Carnegie Institute
I remember that.
sent Fletcher
Carnegie
around
Hall.
to go all around the country back there with horse and buggy and trains and whatever. He'd go to all the colleges and all the medical things around the country and find out who was pushing the drugs of the new fledgling pharmaceutical companies, because people were still into herbs and chiropractic and all the basic stuff. And then all these colleges and all these schools and all these places that were pushing the drugs they started giving them, Carnegie Institute started giving them big grants, millions of dollars and all this stuff to build up the medical establishment. They start AMA to make it illegal and all kinds of
American Medical Association.
Prescribe only what they said. The whole thing started back then.
Right.
We've got 100 years to undo. And at the very least...
In a short period of time.
And within 100 days. Not quite. But
well, we don't know how long it's
we don't know.
take. I mean, it's...
They keep pulling stuff out of their hat. They've been planning this for a long time. And they planned to make us slaves. And they knew we were going to resist. So everything that we're doing, they have things in place to try to stop it.
Right.
So we're going to have to really, it's really going to have to come together really solid.
Yeah.
Really solid. We don't have any choice.
Right.
The world they want to set up is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. It really isn't. And it won't be good for anybody. And I just found out.
Well, we have to say to our higher selves, we have to say to ourselves, I do not consent.
Yeah, and we're going
to what they're doing.
And those of us that survive, we need to stay healthy, and we need to learn how to use herbs and natural foods and things. And we're going to help those that did get poisons put in them, because those people are going to be sick and dying.
That's what I want. I want like if I had, I mean, I don't know what to say now, like $1 million or whatever, but I know the dollar system is going to crash, so then it's going to be gold and silver backing whatever. It's supposed to be actually...
We might go back to food and medicine as our trade items.
Maybe.
I mean, and when it comes down to you can't eat gold and silver.
It's supposed to be airship economy. It's supposed to be...
well, silver is a good antibiotic.
We are the heirs of creation.
Heirs of creation.
That's why it's airship economy. So...
we're the creative force.
We are the
human spirit is the creative force.
Exactly.
We are part of God. We're not just God's children. We are part of God.
We are.
We are the God entity.
We need to say that we are God.
We are. We really are.
We are. Be good.
We really are. And we have to realize that and not let these small group of people conglomerate, monopolize all the energy and the soul and fuel of humanity.
Right.
This is very serious stuff.
It's
very serious stuff. We need each other, and they're keeping it away from us.
They are.
And they're setting up a system that isn't going to help anything. And it's not. It hasn't been working. And it's collapsed right now in this moment.
On a lighter note.
Yeah. I know. I get serious.
Guys. We love you.
She's got to calm me down.
I love you. He loves you.
I'm not quite Alex Jones, but
we love humanity.
I get there. They compared me to that on the radio when they almost took me off the air. They said, we don't want an Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson type voice on progressive radio. And I thought, well, gee, I guess I better learn more about these people if they're like me.
Great. And my husband over there, do you want to come and say hi to the cameras again?
The power behind the throne. He's all American, white, white, and blue. Hey, it's the president. Look, it's Joe Biden.
You know, I don't think you were on camera.
No, I don't think you were. You got to get Biden in the camera there.
You weren't even on camera, Stephen. Go in front of the...
And now we bring you the President of the United States, and he will tell you today's latest lies. That was a lighter note.
All right, that was a good ending. All right.
That was.
We'll see you guys on the next
Bye-bye.
one. Bye.
You gotta entertain them a little
Good
bit.
going.
You gotta entertain them a little bit.
They really added a good... You made a great ending for that. Oh, that'd work. Oh my God, we might get real hits on that.
Okay.
Oh, world. I hope it came out good. We don't know. Yeah, we'll see how.
We'll find out.
Well, on my TikTok channel, I have to turn this on.